nothing compares to opening day at the Dome. We're going to be there this weekend. It's September 11th, which is going to be a little bit weird given the Kaepernick story and everything, and the fact that Drew Brees opened his big mouth in
well,
that.
Somebody asked him about it, didn't they?
Well...
you know what the worst part about that story is that it's Kaepernick. That it's fucking Kaepernick. I'm like, you are the worst, the more annoying Russell Wilson.
I don't know. Nobody's more annoying than Russell Wilson.
Okay, the second most annoying Russell Wilson.
Actually,
second only to Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson is the more annoying Drew Brees. If you really,
I would take Drew Brees over both those guys.
Okay.
Although he does open his mouth when he really shouldn't, but I mean, the guy's a fucking basket case, you know, and that he is what he is. And Kaepernick suddenly, when he's benched, now suddenly becomes a crusader. And I was like, motherfucker, you know you wouldn't be doing this shit if you had a fucking starting quarterback job. You would be playing right along with it. Now that you lost your job, you're going like, this is all bullshit and I'm going to stand up for something. It's just like, I don't fucking care. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Shit in this country is fucked up. But it's Kaepernick. I'm not going to fucking just say, hey, it's okay for Kaepernick to do this because this dude doesn't have the standing.
The standing in different ways.
Yeah, there's so many layers to that.
But so your take on this is different from...
It's like, fuck, Kaepernick's still in the news.
So your take on this is different from the standard take, which I think is bullshit. And the standard take is, well, I agree with you what he's saying, but I don't agree with his method, which is dumb because that's the protest.
His method is dumb too. Everything about it is dumb.
Well, no, the method is the protest. Like that's, it's this is what athletes do when they want to, make a statement. They use their platform.
He didn't want to make the statement until it looked like he was going to be benched and the spotlight wasn't going to be on him. So he's making a protest. He's being a fucking prima donna.
That's speculative. I don't know if that's true, but I
have you not been following this dude's career and how he's been and with the stories about the tattoos and everything? I mean, this dude is a fucking douchebag, man.
Right. I'm not a fan of Kaepernick, right? But I do think that athletes should be... I want to push back against this whole notion that athletes need to sit down and shut up and just play the game.
I'm not saying athletes do. Well, no. Actually, yeah, fuck it. They do. Fuck that. Or off the field, go write your little editorials like Ben Watson does and shit like that. Do whatever. But if you're there, you're at the game, just fucking do what you got to do and go play the game and get your fucking check. I mean, fuck, man. Go to the protest. Be a fucking protester. But when you go to play the game, then just go play the game. Fuck.
So on 9/11, what's going to happen is the NFL is going to go super America, and they're going to have like flyovers at stadiums, and they're going to.
That sucks for them too. The same shit applies to the NFL for trying to be like that. They
are going to wrap themselves in the flag, and they're going to be. There's also this thing where they work in concert with military recruiters.
That's in November, isn't it? When they start wearing camouflage?
Yes.
That's dumb, too. I don't want them to do that. I'm as mad at the NFL for doing that shit as I am at Kaepernick for doing his shit. It's just like, we're doing this for our fucking respite.
So, okay,
so
but
leave.
But as long as the boss is getting to do that shit, I think that the employees should also get to have their
Nobody should be doing it. There shouldn't be the breast cancer thing. There shouldn't be the fucking... military thing. There shouldn't be all that shit. Just leave it the fuck out. We're here to watch the goddamn game.
Yes, yeah. I think we're going to disagree on that, but that's going to be a whole other show. I think that's fine.
All right. Well, I mean, you can disagree on it, but my way is like, hey, eliminate all that shit from it, and your way is like, here's the different ways that we can do it, and it's all going to end up being shit.
Do you know why? I think we disagree? For the same reason that I thought that Spencer Hall article was so good. And it's because the cognitive dissonance that we put into our experience of like being football fans and being ourselves and being football fans, but knowing how shitty it is to the players and knowing how shitty it is, especially to the college players, it's the same.
I mean, it's shitty to some of those players.
But look, it's the same thing as
a lot of players go on to have perfectly fine lives afterwards.
But it's the same thing as knowing what life is like, just as an American citizen. Like, how, just like the thing, even participating.
Somebody works in a sweatshop to create my tennis shoes.
That kind of thing, yes.
That's why I try and live it up as much as I can.
Right. But what I'm saying is that you can have your joy and you can have your despair and you can have your righteous indignation, and you don't have to compartmentalize them. You can have them all at one time. And that's why I do sports with politics in the same part of my brain. And I probably always am going to do that. And I think it's okay for athletes to do that. And I think it's okay to bring these
Kaepernick's just making himself feel good.
Yeah,
and so is the NFL, although certainly more in a more manipulative way to try and get fucking kids to go join the army and participate in the fucking military industrial complex and all that shit. Fuck it. It's the best way is just to say, don't leave all that shit out of it. It's a fucking game. Like, I've always thought that players, when everyone's like, yeah, so-and-so wants to win another championship, blah, 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 blah. I was like, so-and-so probably wants to win another championship, but he is living his life still. This shit is a job to him. He's trying to negotiate the best contract so he can provide for his family or get diamond fucking rings or whatever he wants to do. So winning the championship is super important to the fans of the team, and it's of some importance to the players, I bet. But I bet you getting paid in the whole the same thing that motivates an average person motivates players, in that they want to get as paid as they can, have as good a time as they can while they can.
Yeah.
And so that the experience for them is not the same thing that we're having. So when they're not trying so hard, or someone gets on the back end of a contract or whatever, and everyone's just like, yeah, he's just mailing it in. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, he's mailing it in. It's like fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the airplane. He's like, tell your old man to fucking drag Lanier up and down the court. So like, no, I'm doing a fucking job. It's hard.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is himself one of the more outspoken athletes. But
I don't mind it so much when it's a dude like Muhammad Ali, where it's one dude and he's not part of a team and a part of this whole organization.
Okay.
That's a little bit more, or Serena Williams or somebody. It's like, hey, you want to go up there and act like, do something to create something to draw attention to yourself and to the cause, because I'm not in any way convinced that Kaepernick is doing this for the cause.
I completely understand your
Kaepernick
argument.
is doing this for Kaepernick.
I'll tell you, I completely understand that argument.
Okay, then fine.
I'm in sympathy with that.
Serena Williams going out and doing something like that, it's fine. The only thing it's bothering is Serena Williams. And she has her own reputation. She'll lose a deal or whatever, fine or not. But Kaepernick has got a whole fucking team around him that he's got all this attention is getting drawn to it. And it's just like, and then I don't even have time to get into like how abstract the pledge is and how abstract America is. And if you're going to do something against an abstract thing like that, people are going to take it the wrong way, and it's better to just do it in a way that's direct.
Okay.
Just do it in a way. Write an essay. That's what Ben Watson does. Ben Watson writes his ass some essays, and it's very clear what he's
shitty fucking
still.
Essays.
I don't agree with him, but he does it. Just write your ass a fucking essay, Colin Kaepernick.
Would it be like the kind of things that Carson Wentz wrote, like the
as bad as it is?
Right.
I don't care.
Let's go. What was the name of that website?
Sitting down for an anthem is like a thing that's so abstract. Everybody's going to take it a different way.
Okay.
And it's just like, oh God.
Well,
why is Colin Kaepernick teaching us this? It's let me tell you about my tattoos guy on one of the worst franchises in football. No, not him.
I agree with you in the sense that, that dude is kind of a douchebag to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if it weren't him, we would be a little bit more responsive. But
I'm not going to be responsive to anybody who who that's their method of protest.
Okay.
I mean, we all have blogs, we all have social media, we all have so on and so forth. He's just doing the bare minimum. And then I read an article the other day. It was like the long history of not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I was like, or for the national anthem. It's not even fucking original what he's doing. Plenty of athletes have done it before. It's just like, you're in the new millennium, dude.
Yeah, maybe this is all about nothing.
It's all about Colin Kaepernick. And he's like, whoa, I'm in the news still. I managed to get a little...
Yeah, all right.
There's a 19th hole for me.
We definitely have...
My 15 minutes just got a little bit longer. So it's like, oh, good job, Colin Kaepernick.
We definitely have spent more time.
And then everything that he fucking does is like, it's going to be like another thing like Tebow. And the gay guy. It's going to be like, is it because of this? It's just like, fuck. Now the whole view of something that is not supposed to be abstract is abstract. It's a game. You're supposed to go out there and fucking play that shit. And he who gets more points is that it was like, well, if they would have started Kaepernick, but they weren't because they were punishing him for. And it's just like, get that shit the fuck out of here. That's not. I'm watching this for it to be a respite from that bullshit. Sorry,
I didn't know how you really felt. But
so I went out for...
Okay, wait. Okay,
we're moving on.
We went too far in that direction. So the answer is, I have fun at the Superdome. Boom. We're going to have fun at the Superdome.
I'm just going to... Hold on. I'm going to finish everything and just say, I totally agree with what Colin Kaepernick is saying, but he is the wrong guy doing it in the wrong fucking way. Like, I'm just like, oh... Thanks for saying something that I've been reading about from journalists for fucking 10 years.
Okay. I think we got it.
And that has been on the news. And has been... Fucking everybody knows the story. What did he fucking add to it? What has Colin Kaepernick done to advance the story about African Americans being shot by police? Not a goddamn motherfucking thing. It's still the same story. Nothing has changed. Except Colin Kaepernick is there now. Oh, here I am. Fuck. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so we definitely went way too long with that.
Yeah.
And we got into...
I'm totally
sympathetic
to African Americans getting shot by police, and I argue about it on Facebook.
I know you do.
Quite often.
That's fine.
It's not like I don't agree that...
with
what he's saying, I'm just like...
To sum up...
Fuck him.
You are specifically upset that particular person...
Yeah, like not everybody who feels those things and stands up for those things is a fucking great person.
That's
or
true.
is doing it for the reasons simply based on those reasons.
We are none of us perfect anything. Yeah. But anyway, so
try and tell the media that everybody's got to be perfect.
Yeah, or everybody is all one thing.
Right. Everybody's all one thing.
No one is all one thing.
Yeah.
But so just to sum up, the fan experience in the Superdome is not all one thing.
Aren't they coming here, the Niners? No, we're going there.
We're going there.
Oh, great. So Drew Brees and Colin Kaepernick are going to finish this on the fucking field.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe Blaine Gabbert or what's his name will get hurt. That would be great. That would be the best payoff for me, is if Gabbert gets hurt.
Okay.
And Kaepernick has to start.
Okay.
And those fans who burned his jersey and shit have to be like, do I want the team to win or do I hate this motherfucker? So please, at some point, I don't wish ill for the Gabberts. Right. But let's let Gabbert suck and people go like, bring Kaepernick on. That would be a payoff for me. Okay. I would forget everything I said.
All right.
If Kaepernick starts at any point this season, I'll be like, oh, this is good. All right.
And what I'll do is I'll just conclude this again by saying,
go ahead.
The Superdome is a mixed experience, just like life in America. With it's got its joys and its problems, and we're looking forward to going back. And that's my stepping out this week. And
okay,
I think that after Lance cools down from this fucking Kaepernick rant, we can get.
I just completely
yours.
contradicted myself at the end of it because I'm like, I'm okay with all that political bullshit if at the end it gets settled on the fucking field. Right. You're like, if it gets built, if it's part of the fucking narrative and the storyline, and there's a payoff like wrestling, then I'm like, okay, cool. Otherwise, it's just some guy trying to do something to stay relevant.
It all gets incorporated eventually.
Yeah, because Drew Brees, the guy that said something against Kaepernick, and Kaepernick are going to settle it on the field. That's going to be, please let it happen, universe.